Hi students, just a quick talk about thinking qualitatively and how that can help you identify the themes in your interviews. So what is a theme? You're probably used to thinking about threads and ideas, things emerging. So think of a theme as an idea, or it could be a concept. It may be a category. It's a thought of some sort. Other people might call it a way of classifying some information. It could be an attribute, it could be a characteristic of you. So in any thinking about what you're finding in your data, it's about things coming together and similar ideas being linked. And so how might you find a theme in your data, whether you've got a big data corpus or a small one? Well, you might find that through repetition of words, people say the same sorts of things. You might then count with how many times those words are used. That might help you define what this little theme is about. And you might find that the particular context in which things are mentioned is also a theme in itself. So when people are talking about illness or pain in a particular setting, that might be a different theme to when they talk about illness and pain in their everyday life, for example. You can also find themes in sort of the idiosyncratic words, the unusual words that people say, the nicknames or the slang or the jargon that's used. And so you can put together your ideas and contrast those ideas to see how you can get a similar theme or different themes emerging. So you might have one big theme that has several sub-themes. You can also look to see what's missing, and sometimes that can be a theme for your data. How do you actually do it? Read your text. When you read a bit, what does that mean? What is something that a word or a describing word that might describe the piece of text that you've just read? And as you go through each piece of text, you might have one or two or three ideas alongside every paragraph or so. Look at those categories and codes that you've developed. Do some of them belong together? Do some of them belong as a dimension? Do some of them belong in a hierarchy? Or are they so similar that they should be put together? And so in your report, whether it's a short or a long report, give it a name, that theme. Describe its meaning briefly and give some examples of it. And then maybe talk about how important that idea is to the bigger picture of your topic. And these are just possible ideas of how themes get interlinked. When you're doing a small study, you may not have any hierarchies at all. You might just have a couple of themes, A and B. But later on, if you're doing a bigger project, you can start to see how things might dimensionalize and be subcategories of each other. That's all for today.